Hey, you guys. Life Coach Bridget here to share some Me 3 love with you because that's what I be doing. Okay. Look, I wanted to come on here because I've been hearing for the past couple years now, but more recently, the past 3 weeks, okay, I've been hearing from men that I coach, specifically speaking, black men that I coach, that there aren't any more great leaders out there. You know, and it's funny because they sit in front of me and they say it with such boldness, such confidence, such realness. There aren't any more black leaders out there. That's our problem. That's why so much stuff is going on. That's why A, B, C, D, Z, Z, Z is happening. And I sit there and I just look. I look because first and foremost, I'm in awe to hear this coming out of a black man's mouth. I'm in awe. Okay. Who do we have to look up to? I said, are you serious? Are you for real? I mean, yeah, because, all the Malcolm X's is gone, the Martin Luther Kings, the Marcus Garveys, and I'm like, y'all ain't even following Marcus Garvey, but that's another story for another day. We'll just leave that one alone. Okay. But they say, all these people, all these great men are gone. And I'm sitting there again in awe. And I'm like, it's a beautiful thing that you know who to follow. Because in order to be a great leader, you must know who to follow. All right. My problem is you didn't take notes while you were following. You didn't do research while you were following. So those great men, those great black men couldn't even pass the mantle down to you because you were only hearing. You weren't listening. You were too busy like the ladies in the church running around the church. The pastor gave a good word today. Okay, so what was the pastor talking about? Girl, I was so busy shouting. I was so caught up in the spirit. No, trick. Just say you don't remember because you really wasn't listening. You was putting on a show. Same thing, man. Okay. You were not taking heed to what those men were saying at all. Okay, because you was too caught up in the following. You were supposed to take notes, baby. Because the information that they were providing to you, the blood, sweat, and tears that they went through was for you to pass on to your seeds and the generations to come. But after their time was up, after their chapter was closed, after they were called home, you guys are running around like chickens with your head cut off. I don't know what to do. Yeah, you do. All right. Because what that white man say, if you ever want to hide something from a black man, put it in the book. And you gonna tell me that you can't pick up a Malcolm X book, you can't pick up a Muhammad Ali book, you can't pick up what is his name? Du Bois, you can't pick up his book. You can't pick up books to see where they left off. All right. You can't lead your household. Well, they position women, the black woman, she's in position now to do this. And it just took away from the black man. Black man, take your rightful place. Take your rightful place. You are a leader. You are in charge. You are a listener. You know who to follow. You follow properly. You implement what you've learned. You continue the research. You continue to pass it down to generations coming up. That's what you do because that's who you are. All right. And like I said, all the work that they put in, the great men before you, the ones that you were following, all that work they put in is for you to get out there and now do. Okay? Miss me with the excuses. Stop. Stop. Take your rightful place. Malcolm X was standing outside of buildings that people lived in. Projects, I believe. Okay? Having his conversation, putting his dialogue out there, spreading the word, dropping gems, planting seeds. That's what he was doing. He wasn't looking in no big old churches and all this other stuff, all this glam. He wasn't looking to have a private jet and all this other spit. No. Because his message was more important than the money. All right? So don't you ever, never, never, ever come before me again. Should any black man I'm coaching, don't you ever come before me again and say there aren't any black leaders out there. There isn't any more black male role models out there. That's who you are to become. Your own black male role model. Okay, spread the word. I'm just, people who know me, they gonna say this and they gonna say that. So what? You're not trying to catch the bottom branch people anyway. You don't want the bottom branch brothers. You want those at the top. Okay? They're the ones with the most problems. And your bottom branch brothers are like this. They will say those words to you. Well, man, how you gonna tell me this and you was this and you was that? That's how I'm able to tell you. Because I lived it. It was me. And now I can help you to keep from going down that same path that I went down. Now, let me tell you something. While you spreading that type of word, leader, while you spreading that type of word, should you come across a knucklehead brother, one that don't want to listen, one that's giving you a problem, one that is very challenging, don't you dare give up on him. Don't you dare. Don't you dare be like the other people out there who only want to work with those that are easy to reach. No, because the ones that is hardest to reach, they're operating in fear. They're operating in distrust. They're operating in abandonment. You're going to lead me on and then you're going to leave me. I'm so glad Coach Carter didn't do that. I'm so glad, what's his name? From Lean On Me. I'm so glad that principal didn't do that. Okay? Real talk. Stop just going after those that are easy to get and then calling yourself a leader. No. Stop just teaching those that are easy to be taught and calling yourself a teacher. No. Your job is to learn that person, that individual, those people. That's your job, is to learn them. And then work with them. And some of them have many layers. All right? And if you're a great leader, you will sit back and try to figure out how to reach that kid right there. How to reach that kid. And I'm going to tell you something else. Most of us will avoid certain ones because they remind us too much of us. And that's to the people that's not perfect. Okay. They remind us too much of us. So that's when you sit back and you say, hey, how could someone have reached me at that age? When I was out there hanging, banging, slanging. When I was out there, wilding out. How could somebody have reached me? And how can they build that trust? How do you build trust with someone who feels as though everyone who has come into their life was like a revolving door? You came, you left, you came, you left, you came, you left. Once things got too hard, once it was just too challenging to deal with this, but you know what, I'm just not going to deal with him no more. That's what that baby was expecting all along. For you to not give up. For you to give up. That's what they was expecting. For you to not stick around. All right. Well, I tried. So you get to put the number on there on how many times you try. For real? But then go to the next person and say, we just gotta keep fighting and we just gotta keep doing this. Okay, well then stop stopping. All right? A friend of mine say, don't stress, strategize. That's for real. Now we have to come up with another way to reach that child. And guess what? Know your part. Because your role may be to plant the seeds. But if you got a phenomenal team, a strong built team standing there with you, standing by you, supporting you, helping you, and all this other cool shit, guess what? Your job may be to plant. The person next to you, job may be to water. Person next to you may be to prune, and all this other cool shit. Okay, let's start the assembly line, you guys. But don't you come back before me talking that talk about there aren't any more great leaders. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror when you say that. Okay, and I want you to also understand that the success that the other brothers had, the Malcolms and them, the success that they had may not look like yours. Your success may not look like theirs. So don't try to implement your success, or don't try to implement your practice into becoming successful like theirs. First, sit back, figure out what your definition of success is. Okay, put a game plan in motion, especially if you're going after brothers that's in the streets. Okay, put a game plan in motion and approach with caution. All right, and don't give up just because it didn't work on, I don't even know what today is. I think it's February 21st or something. Let me see. February 23rd. Just because it didn't work on February 23rd, 2025, doesn't mean that the game plan that you have is not going to work on February 23rd, 2026. Doesn't mean that it's not going to work on July 1st, 2025. You see what I'm saying? Timing is everything. It is. But if you keep giving up before the timing is right, don't come before me again talking about there aren't any more great Black male leaders out there. Look at yourself in the mirror. You are just as great as they are, or they were. Okay, you don't have to start with a large crowd. Start with your own son. Oh, but I don't have no son. Cool. Start with your own nephew. I don't have no nephew. Cool. Start with your own cousin. Well, I don't have no cousins. Cool. I don't have no family. Cool. Then the next time you out there and a child talks to you, talk back. And begin to create and build from there. But don't ever say that there aren't any more great male Black leaders out there. Okay? Because there are. And all of them starts with you. Okay? Don't just talk about the change. Be the change. Be the change that you want to see. And then go from there. All right? And ladies, while they're doing that, you may not like their approach. You may not like their method of doing things, the way that they do it. Stand down. Stand down. Give the brother a chance. Damn. All right? True enough, you are the woman. But that's just what you are. Go on and take your rightful place. Well, I'm the mother and the father. No, the fuck you not. No, you're not. All right? And quiet as kept, you're part of the reason why men are feeling the way that they feel. Stand down. Know your rightful place. Take your rightful place. Sit your ass down. Shut your ass up. And let him do his thing. Oh, so now that I have your attention, when he calls on you, be there for him. Lend him your voice. But don't try to take over his. Don't try to take away his. Don't try to silence him. Period. Okay? Be his helpmate. Whether you his woman, his friend, whatever. Be his helpmate. Know when to talk. Know when to zip it. And when you're talking, do not talk in a manner that is belittling him. All right? Because this is hard for him, because so many men grew up fatherless. So many men have grown up feeling abandoned. So many men have grown up feeling like their voices don't matter. So come on, nurturers. All right? Let's make them feel like the men that they are. All right? Okay, that's all I have to say. I love you guys so much. I really, really do. All right, and together we could really, really do some things. We could really, really be somebody. All right. And I know I talk hard and sometimes it comes out harsh, but you know what? Sometimes for that class of people, that group of people, that's the type of dialogue they need to hear. All right. So, anyhow, again, I'm Life Coach Bridget. I specialize in relationships, parenting, self-care, trauma care, and oftentimes business coaching. All right. If you want to reach out to me, feel free to do so. I'm on all the platforms, I think. Instagram, TikTok, specifically TikTok. Facebook. What did I say? Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. That might be it. Oh, and I have a YouTube channel. Please, if you've come this far, subscribe to me. Hit that subscribe button. All right. And share this information with others. Don't gatekeep. Don't hold them. Give it. Share it. Sharing is caring. Come on. All right. Me 3. Motivate, encourage, empower, embrace. Because that's what I do. I love you guys to life.